my name is Gökhan and welcome to Late Night Stocks. This time our focus is Ocugen, Vaxart and CureVac, which are recently very popular. I will try to explain why there is such a huge demand for these stocks instead of Moderna and BioNTech. Are they really undervalued and next 10 beggars? Is Ocugen becoming a meme and will be a next GameStop? Are these stocks flying to the moon? You can find also detailed videos about these stocks in our vaccine playlist. I would like to give a special thanks to one of our subscribers due to his coffee donation. You can also buy a coffee for us and you can find the link down below the video. Before we start, please give a like and don't forget to subscribe our channel. If you click the bell button near to the subscribe, you will get the notifications when we publish a video. This helps a lot to grow our channel. Let's start. What's happening with Ocugen? The shares are up more than 40% just in 5 days. Fly me to the moon. After the FDA rejection of emergency use authorization for Vaxart Biotech's Covaxin jab, Ocugen shares have slumped under $7. This was of course disappointing news for the Ocugen shareholders, but I mentioned and warned the investors in our previous videos. In the US and Canada, there was no need for new vaccines and the market has been dominated by mRNA vaccine makers. The FDA's reason for this disapproval was delayed vaccine launch in the US. This isn't surprising because the early bird catches the worm. This has changed all plans and the roadmap of the company. Additional trial means extra costs and risks for the both companies. The market is getting saturated and some companies are giving up to develop COVID-19 vaccines. It's not a bad idea to check how efficient the vaccine itself is. According to Ocugen's COVID-19 vaccine co-development partner, Phase 3 results demonstrated 77% efficacy against overall disease. Today, the success criteria of a vaccine depend on efficacy against variants, especially for the Delta variant. According to the news, it seems also effective against them despite a slight reduction in neutralizing antibodies. Recently, the vaccine got emergency use approval for kids aged between 2 and 18 years old in India. On the other hand, in Europe and the US, Pfizer-BioNTech has got approval for kids and teenagers gradually. The vaccine looks to have a good efficacy and it's safe for the kids, according to Indian National Drugs Regulator. In addition to this, World Health Organization will take a final call on the emergency use listing for Covaxin in the mid of October, actually in this week. This approval is especially important for Vaxart Biotech because this enables the export of the vaccine to other countries. So far so good. In order to understand the recent dilemma of Ocugen, we have to look at the agreement between Ocugen and the Vaxart Biotech. As we see from the agreement, Ocugen will share the profits from the sale of Covaxin in the US with Vaxart Biotech. They made similar contract for Canada, but for the rest of the world, Vaxart Biotech holds full rights for the vaccine. If we summarize what we saw previously, the emergency use authorization for the vaccine was rejected by the FDA, so they probably won't sell the vaccines to the US government anytime soon. The full approval will take several years and the vaccine market will be saturated in this period. So you can maybe think, if the vaccine can get the World Health Organization approval, maybe the US government can buy them and donate them to the world. This may happen, but why? The government has already ordered 1 billion Pfizer-BioNTech vaccines at non-profit price. The non-profit price is not desirable for these companies. Vaxart Biotech can market it and sell to the rest of the world. And in addition to this, the company doesn't have to share the profits with Ocugen. Long story short, Ocugen won't see probably any vaccine revenues anytime soon in my opinion. When we look at the income statement, we can see any revenues because Ocugen doesn't have any marketed product and income from sales. Last quarter they burned 24 million cash and they had $115 million total cash. With this tempo, the company has to rise its cash position in less than a year. Last but not least about the company fundamentals, we can look at their pipeline. Besides Covaxin, they won't have any product at phase 1 yet. So they need a lot of years to bring a product to the market. I can't judge the potential of the product, but you can find a lot of promising drug candidates and companies with a less than $1 billion market cap. When we look at the stock price, something doesn't match with this fundamental analysis. First of all, the market cap is more than $2 billion, which is very high for a clinical phase biotechnology company. On the other hand, there is no corresponding news for almost 50% stock price increase in a week. As we previously saw, World Health Organization approval is on the way, but they won't change the situation for Ocugen. In my opinion, this is a typical Reddit short squeeze action. You can find also news on the internet, but a group named wallstreetbets in Reddit and some other groups are pushing this stock to the moon almost without a reason. Maybe this is the next GameStop. I can't predict that, but what's happening is a typical short squeeze. The shares of the company are heavily shorted and reached 27% in last month. The stock price is skyrocketing and short sellers close their positions, which sends the stock price to the moon. So I'm on your side and try to analyze the company with numbers. You can buy this stock and make money, but don't forget the risks. I wouldn't choose this kind of company to invest in because I couldn't sleep well overnight. Of course, you can't predict what's gonna happen tomorrow, and eventually the hype will be over and some people will lose lots of money. Please check our videos in vaccine playlist for further details about the Ocugen. Let's talk about another vaccine maker, Vaxart. This company has about $900 million market cap and developing oral COVID-19 vaccines. Don't mix it with the Merck's antiviral pill, which will target treatment of illness, but this is a prevention. One of the reasons why all the vaccine stocks got sell-off was Merck's $700 COVID pill, which worked with a 50% chance. You can end the pandemic with this pill. This is a huge step for humanity and can save millions, but there will be a still high demand for the vaccines in the future. When we look at the pipeline, on the top we see norovirus vaccine development, which there is no approved drug for this virus. Its market is approximately $10 billion only in the US. In addition to this, the company is developing an oral COVID-19 vaccine which is at phase 2. The oral vaccine reduces the transmission of the virus and can be taken at home. There is no need for needles and appointments for its use. If we continue with the financials, they burned $32 million cash in 2020, but they have enough cash for at least the next 2 years. This will be important in upcoming months because a lot of companies will face financial difficulties due to rising inflation and borrowing costs. We saw recently the dip price, which was $6.6, and the stock price has started again rising. This is not a profitable company and short sellers love such a companies. The short ratio of the shares was about 15% as of last month. Maybe the stock is now at a good entry point. We are at the beginning of the earnings season and other vaccine makers such as Moderna and BioNTech will beat the estimates, and I expect another rally latest by the end of the year. Vaxart stock can also take advantage of the rally and the stock price can hit $9 in my opinion. You can check our first video about Vaxart for further details. So, how about the CureVac? The stock price took advantage of the positive news from the earnings season. As you know, the stock price has fallen after bad efficacy results from the vaccine trials, which was 47% overall efficacy. After that, I shared also my opinions about this vaccine and expected its failure. I don't like to say that, but I told you. Recently, the company has announced that they dropped the first generation vaccine to focus on the second one with GSK. CureVac had a problem with their mRNA platform or technology, which couldn't be injected enough mRNA doses to generate high immune reaction against the virus. The side effects were so high, that's why they had to use only 12 microgram dose level, which Moderna uses 100 microgram. This was the past and they want to focus on the second one. According to company's website, the vaccine is in a preclinical phase. The vaccine will get a regular approval, which means the investors will see vaccine revenues probably in 2024. Without having a product and proven mRNA platform, this is a still very risky bet in the stock market. 8.5 billion market cap for a clinical stage biotechnology company is very high. You can check also our previous videos in the vaccine playlist about CureVac. Please don't forget, investment involves a risk. And don't forget to do your own research. Until next time, keep calm and please watch our videos. Please give a like and don't forget to subscribe. See ya!